The Zephyrian hunting party had been tracking the crashed human vessel for 3 solar cycles. Their bioscanners indicated only one survivor, a small human, barely past its larval stage. Perfect prey for the ritual hunt that would cement young Kexthor's position among the warrior caste. "Remember," hissed pack leader Vorthak, his obsidian scales gleaming in the alien sun. "The human spawn must be taken alive. The council requires a specimen for study." Kexthor's twin hearts beat, with anticipation. Standing 8 feet tall with razor-sharp claws and toxin-laced fangs, he was the apex predator of 3 star systems. A single human child would barely qualify as sport, but tradition demanded the hunt. They found her by the wreckage, a tiny figure with pale skin and strange, sparse fur atop her head. She couldn't have been more than 6 cycles old by human standards. She sat cross-legged, humming a peculiar melody while arranging colorful stones in patterns around a small fire. "Surround her," Vorthak commanded through their neural link. "Drive her toward the canyon. Make it interesting." Kexthor slithered through the crystalline undergrowth, his optical camouflage rendering him nearly invisible. The child remained oblivious, lost in her simple game. How pathetically vulnerable these humans were. No natural weapons, no protective hide, no enhanced senses. It was almost insulting. He was mere meters away when she looked up. "Oh," she gasped, her large blue eyes widening. "You're really pretty." Kexthor froze. In his 3 decades of hunting, no prey had ever called him pretty. Terrifying, yes. Magnificent, perhaps. But pretty? The child scrambled to her feet, showing no fear. "Are you lost too?" "I'm Emma. Mom and Papa had to go away, but they said someone would come find me." She tilted her head, studying his reptilian features with innocent curiosity. "You look sad. Are you hungry?" Before Kexthor could process this bizarre reaction, Emma had grabbed something from beside the fire, a ration pack from the crashed ship. She tore it open and held it out to him. "Here, Mama always said sharing makes everything better." The Zephyrian warrior stared at the offering. This made no sense. Prey didn't feed predators. Prey ran, screamed, fought, or cowered. They didn't offer food with a smile that seemed to illuminate the growing dusk. "What are you waiting for?" Vorthak's voice crackled through the neural link. "Take the specimen," but Kexthor found himself unable to move. Emma had stepped closer, seemingly oblivious to his lethal capabilities. She reached out and, with shocking gentleness, touched one of his scaled arms. "Your skin is so smooth," she marveled, "like the stones by the water back home. Mama said there were dragons in the old stories, but they were mean. You don't feel mean." Something unprecedented stirred in Kexthor's chest. The child's touch was warm, her voice like melodic chimes. When she smiled at him, he felt something crack inside his predatory instincts, something he couldn't name. "Kexthor!" Vorthak's mental shout was sharp with irritation. "Execute the hunt protocol now." Emma noticed his hesitation. "Are you okay? You look worried." Without warning, she wrapped her tiny arms around his massive leg in what humans called a hug. "Don't be scared. We can take care of each other until help comes." The gesture broke something fundamental in Kexthor's psyche. No being had ever offered him comfort. In Zephyrian culture, weakness was death and kindness was weakness. Yet this fragile creature, who should be terrified beyond reason, was trying to soothe his distress. A rustling in the nearby crystals announced the approach of the other hunters. Emma looked up expectantly, but Kexthor felt a surge of protectiveness. The emotion was alien to him, yet undeniably powerful. "Stay behind me," he rumbled, his voice translator rendering the words in the child's language. "You can talk." Emma clapped her hands in delight. "I knew you were special." Vorthak emerged from concealment, flanked by 2 other warriors. "Explain. This delay, Kexthor. Seize the human spawn immediately." "No." The word escaped before Kexthor could stop it. "No?" Vorthak's crest flared dangerously. "You dare defy pack protocol? Emma peered around Kexthor's legs, studying the new arrivals. "More pretty dragons," she announced happily. "Are you his friends?" "I'm Emma." The innocence in her voice made Vorthak hesitate. What is wrong with it? Why does it not flee?" "Because," Kexthor realized with sudden clarity, "she isn't prey. She's something else entirely." Emma had returned to her stone patterns, apparently considering the conversation over. She began humming again, occasionally glancing up at the towering predators with casual trust, as if their presence was the most natural thing in the world. "Humans," Kexthor continued, watching Emma's easy contentment, "they don't survive through strength or speed or camouflage. They survive through something we've never encountered." "And what is that?" Vorthak demanded. Kexthor looked down as Emma offered him another ration pack, her face radiant with genuine caring for a being who could end her existence with one claw. "Love," he said softly. "They survive through love." Over the following days, as they waited for the human rescue, ships Emma insisted would come, Kexthor found himself transformed. The child's fearless affection and absolute trust gradually dissolved his predatory nature. She named him Thori, because Kexthor was too hard to pronounce. She shared her meager food, told him stories, and fell asleep curled against his warm scales each night. When the rescue ships finally arrived, Emma cried as they prepared to take her away. "Can Thori come with me?" she pleaded with the stern-faced human officers. "He's my friend." The humans were initially terrified, weapons drawn at the sight of the Zephyrian warrior, but Kexthor made no aggressive moves. Instead, he gently nuzzled Emma's head and spoke in careful translated words. "I will find you again, little star. This I promise." As Emma's ship departed, Kexthor made a decision that would reshape galactic politics forever. He returned to the Zephyrian homeworld and told the Council what he had learned, that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology or aggression, but their incomprehensible ability to see potential friends in natural enemies. Within a year, the first Zephyrian human cultural exchange had begun, and Kexthor, once the most feared hunter in 3 systems, became the first Zephyrian ambassador to Earth, where a little girl named Emma waited to show him her collection of pretty stones. The predator had indeed been tamed, not through force or fear, but through the simple, revolutionary act of unconditional love from a child who saw beauty in monsters.